Everyone, it's me Luthfia. Today we are going to learn about lesson planning. There are two topics that we are going to learn: format of a lesson plan and guidelines for lesson planning. Let's start with format of a lesson plan. There are some components or instruments that must be included in a lesson plan. What are they? The first is goal. A first step in a lesson then would be to acknowledge the way in which your lesson is designed to contribute to such goal. The goal is not explicitly stated, but rather it's implied. The second is objective. Objectives are most clearly captured in terms of stating what students will do, that is, what they will perform. There are two types of objective: terminal objective and enabling objective. Do you know what is the difference? So, terminal objective is a final learning outcomes that the teacher will be responsible for assessing, while enabling objective are interim steps within a lesson that build upon each other and ultimately lead to a terminal objective. So, here is the example of the terminal objective and enabling objective. For example, in the terminal objective, the student will successfully request information about airplane arrival and departure. And then in enabling objective, we have student will demonstrate comprehension of the lesson 10 listed new vocab item through accomplishment of the main task and so on. Material and equipment. Good planning includes knowing what you need to take with you or to arrange to have in your classroom. Next is procedure. We should include procedure in a lesson plan. As a very general set of guidelines for planning, you might think in terms of making sure your plan includes the following. First, an opening statement or activity as a warm-up and ascertaining. The second, appropriate background knowledge of the part of the students. The third, a set of activities and techniques in which you have considered. The fourth, appropriate proportion of time for whole class work, small group and pair work, teacher talk, and student talk. The fifth, closure of brief wind down time so the class hour doesn't end abruptly. Assessment. Assessment also a component that should be included in a lesson plan. There are two types of assessment: formal assessment and informal assessment. Extra classwork. Extra classwork needs to be planned carefully and communicate clearly to the student. With the widespread availability of media, you can almost always find application or extension of classroom activity that will help students to do some learning beyond the class hour. Let's move to the second topic, guidelines in lesson planning. How to begin planning? There are some guidelines. Those are: have to be familiar with the curriculum and the book used, determine the topic and the purpose of the lesson, draft out one or two explicitly stated terminal objectives for the lesson. Of the exercises that are in the course book, decide which one you will do, change, delete, and add to, all based on the objective you have draft. Draft out a skeletal outline of what your lesson will look like. Carefully plan step-by-step procedure for carrying out the lesson, making revision as needed. For the teacher who have never taught before, it is often useful to write a script of your lesson plan in which your anticipated words are written down and followed by what you would expect the student to say in written. And the script should include the introduction to the activities, direction for attacks, statement of rules, or generalization, anticipate interchange that could easily bog down or go astray, oral testing techniques, and conclusion to activities to the class hour. Variety, sequencing, passing, and timing. As you are drafting step-by-step procedure, you need to look at how lesson holds together as a whole. Four considerations come into play here. First, variety. A successful lesson gives the student a number of different activities during the class hour, keeping mind alert and enthusiasm high. Second, sequencing. Easier aspects usually will be placed at the beginning of a lesson. Tasks that require knowledge gained from previous exercises will be sequenced appropriately. Third, pacing. It means that activities are neither too long or too short. The teacher needs to anticipate how well various techniques flow together. Fourth, timing. Timing is an element that you should build into a lesson plan. If your planned lesson ends early, have some backup activity ready to insert. If your lesson is not complete as planned, be ready to gracefully end a class on time and on the next day pick up where you left off. Contingency planning. For lesson planning purposes, it is always prudent to have a few of above mentioned backup activities. Gauging difficulty. It takes a good deal of cognitive empathy to put yourself in your students' shoes and anticipate their problems areas. Some difficulty is caused by tasks themselves, therefore make your direction crystal clear by writing them out in advance. The main problem here lies in the heterogeneity of the classroom full of learners whose proficiency range is potentially quite broad. Individual attention, feedback, and small group and work sometimes bring balance into the classroom. Individual differences. So there are some guidelines in individual differences. Design techniques that have a range of easy to difficult aspect or item solicit responses to easier item from students who are below the norm and to harder item from those above the norm. Try to design technique that will involve all students actively. Use judicious selection to assign members of a small groups. Use small groups and pair work time to circulate and give extra attention to those below or above the norm. Student and teacher talk. Give careful consideration in your lesson plan to balance between student talk and teacher talk. Objecting to an established curriculum. The teacher's primary task is not to write a new curriculum or to revise an existing one, but to follow an established curriculum and adapt it to particular group of students, their needs, their goals, as well as the teacher own philosophy of teaching. Classroom lesson note. Make a few classroom lesson notes to guide you as you teach. That's all about lesson planning. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.